Right, we're at the 2 month period now of the Chinese flow hive, and basically what I'm going to do here is do an inspection on the brood box to see if they've got enough stores for the winter, and to see how I'm going on with the honey production in the plastic flow hive section at the top. As you've seen there, I was suiting up and getting ready to do the inspection with my gloves, etc. And what I'm doing here is just releasing the propolis that the bees have done, sealing the boxes together. Just adding a bit of smoke here, just to let them know I'm coming. And although there is a lot of smoke coming out of that, the shed door is open, so most of it's going outside, but there is a majority of it going in the shed to put smoke in the whole interior of the shed. I've just about released the top box here, checking what's going on underneath. Right at the front there, I've got an old archery target. That's where I'm going to place the super box with a plastic flow hive frames I should say. So I'm just inspecting it here, and I can see there's a lot of bees. What's happened there is they've built cone between the brood box and the plastic frames. So I noticed that a lot of honey has started seeping out the cone that they'd done. So I just put a bit of paper above that to stop any honey dropping on my target, my crossbow target. A bit more smoke. Now, this is why I put them kitchen door handles on the top, you'll see, to make it easier to lift. Now, that is starting to weigh quite a lot, and you'll see why shortly. So I've just placed it on there so I don't squish any bees. I'm just checking what's going on top of that brood box where the queen excluder is, and I can see there that there's a lot of cone with honey leaking out. That's keeping the bees busy there. They never say no to a bit of free honey. Here I'm just breaking the seal on the mesh at the top, which stops the bees coming out. And at this point, all the bees are relatively calm. Whether it's the amount of smoke going in the shed or not, I'm not sure. The idea is to just not bang things about if you can help it. So I've moving that mesh frame there. There's a few bees on there, so I've just placed that there. So I'm just checking what's going on, just adding a bit of smoke. I really do need to see what's going on in this excuse me, top super with these plastic flow hive frames, because this is where I'm going to get my excess honey. So I'm looking to see how long it would be before I start harvesting any honey off that. Here I'm trying to break the seal of the propolis, because they have stuck it down quite well. So I'm trying to use my flow hive, but without breaking the plastic. Now I'm actually using my flow hive tool there, just to lift it up at the end. There is screws on there if you manage to zoom in, which is quite good, because I don't want to be doing that on bits of plastic because it will just break. And what I'm doing here, I'm actually going into the middle frame. There's 7 plastic flow hive frames there. I'm targeting the middle one because, as most of you will probably know, that's where they start the honey production. Same in the brood box. It'll be the centre frames where they do the laying of all the eggs and raising the brood, etc. So I'm just trying to Just having a quick look there, see if they're staying calm. They're more than happy with the small amount of honey that's leaking out the comb, so that's keeping them busy. They're very calm up there, which is good. But there again, they've got the pheromone from the queen up there, so that keeps them a bit cool, calm, and collected. And what I'm using in this smoke is basically garden bark. You know the bark you buy from the garden centre? Get a bit of a fire going in the smoke. I just have to keep topping it up with small bits to keep it going. Just basic garden bark, that's all I'm using there. So at this point, I'm hoping to see some honey production in this centre plastic frame. Because like I say, there's 7 there, so there'll be 6 either side, 3 either side. And I'm taking the 7th one, which is dead centre. It doesn't make it easy getting these plastic frames out with that wire mesh on top. Not very easy at all, to be honest. But I've managed to release it there. There's no handles on it or anything. Very difficult to handle that. And as you can see, to my amazement, there's a lot of capped honey on that middle frame. Look at that lot. That is absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to give it about another 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm going to try and harvest the honey on that centre frame. But as you can see, very difficult to hold these flow Hive frames. There's no hand. That metal thing going across the top, that's supposed to be a handle. Very difficult to hold when you've got gloves on, etc. Or with or without gloves, still difficult to hold. But look at that. That's pure natural honey. Not the sugar honey that you get from the supermarkets. Don't buy that crap, guys. It's no good. But as you can see, look. And that's on both sides of that frame. Both sides. Well impressed with that. Very surprised when I took that out and very happy. But when you go through the observation window at the front, see, you can't see that because, as you can tell from the end of the frame there, they've not actually got any honey going right up to the edge, but there is enough honey there to get a good few jars. So I'm just plonking that one back in, being careful as I can not to squish any bees. And I don't care about whatever videos you watch on YouTube where they make out they've not killed any bees. I can assure you, you won't complete this video without killing any bees. I mean, you do your best, obviously, you really do your best, but it's inevitable that something somewhere down the line is going to come to its end, bee-wise. That's a shame, isn't it? Here I am, targeting a frame nearer to the outer edge. Just now, the plastic frame that's visible on the view windows, you can see that there's no honey production on that. So I'm just going a little bit further in, just to see if there's any activity on. I can't see what frame I'm on there. What's that? Second one in from the side, if I'm not mistaken. So here I am, struggling to get this frame out. Very difficult to get these out. A lot easier to just get the wooden ones out. A lot easier. And these are bigger, and when they've got honey in them, there's a lot more weight to these than there is the wooden frames. So we'll just wait for that to happen. It's a lot easier to do these voice-over videos. Very difficult to do it when you're actually trying to do the job itself, talk and do the job. So this is just an easier way of letting you know what's happening, and probably clearer and easier to understand with me doing recording. over the actual main video. So as you see, we're pulling that out. Little bit going on there, which is good news. As you can see, a bit of honey production. Look at that, that's beautiful. That is pure natural honey. You just can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. There you go, look at that. And that's a little bit on both sides, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, building a bit of bird cone underneath. So we'll just get that one back in. At this point, the bees are starting to get a little bit unsettled from being disturbed here. But there's no bees getting killed or anything when I'm putting these plastic flow hive frames back in. And I'm also feeling a lot more relaxed and a lot more comfortable doing this. I did clear the shed out quite a lot. Got everything out of my way. I mean, my main objective in this shed, this is where I'm going to have probably 2 or 3 hives. My next hive is going to be observation hive, where you can see what's literally going on. If you Google observation hive, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a lot thinner and a lot taller, but with glass windows and then wooden doors that go over to keep them in the dark. That's my next project. I'm going to build that myself, I think. So here I am trying to see what's happening on the other end of the super. That's what you called it, the box up from the brood box. You call it a super. Don't know why. I suppose I ought to find out, really. Starting without smoke there. Just drinking me tin of Budweiser. So here we are, trying to get another plastic frame out. I am looking forward to harvesting that centre frame though, with that honey in. Just so I've got a little bit of honey for over winter. That's what I'm after. And there it is. As you can see, it's just nowhere to hold the frame properly. Very difficult. Of course, you don't want to kill any bees if you can help it as well. Just waiting to see. There you go. Not much going on that side. Little bit of, oh yeah, little bit of, yeah, got a lot more honey on that one. And these guys work 24 hours a day for you. Apparently they don't sleep. So they're actually making honey for you whilst you're in bed fast asleep. No, it makes sense. This is the way forward, guys. This is the way forward. Make your own honey and use it as a substitute in your tea and your coffee instead of putting that white cane sugar, the normal sugar that we use. No good for you, apparently. You'd be better off using natural honey. So yeah, a little bit more honey production on that frame. I am actually struggling to get this one in. Of course, you don't want to bang it about too much because you don't want to be killing your bees, do you? Obviously. Oh, it's gone in there, yeah. Just getting a bit of smoke around my suit so they don't start targeting me, because they are starting to get a bit rattled now, these bees are. Which, understandable when you're taking the frames in and out. But they're not too bad, you know, they're not stressing me out, they're not getting aggressive. Got the odd one walking on my suit, but nothing major, so yeah, not too bad. Just remember, whatever you put that box on, make sure it's secure. And here we are on the brood box. That's where the queen is, underneath there somewhere. That's a wooden queen excluder, which seems to be working because the queen hasn't come any further up. Started laying any eggs in the flow Hive frames. And as you can see there, you've got some broken cones, especially in the middle, and that's what all the bees are starting to eat, so it doesn't get wasted, because they'll take that honey that's seeping out the cone there and they'll reuse that. Just lifting up this queen excluder. I will point out I have never ever seen this queen. Never. In the whole 2 months that's been there, I've never seen the queen. I just put the 6 deep brood frames in the centre and 2 new frames either side I mean, you can see the frames in the middle are a different colour timber, or they're older frames, and then you've got 2 frames either side, and you've got the frame at the front, is it? You'll see it anyway, but there's all, you can see a bit of honey dripping down there. They're starting to collect that honey, and my main objective now is just to check this frame. You can see right at the front, that was just a brand new frame with wax foundation, and then you've got 2 brand new frames with wax foundation either side of those 6 that are in the middle. So now I'm just loosening this end frame up. It has got a bit of timber in between the other 10 frames, but there is a gap at the top and at the bottom. Just wedging that up there because I don't want to move that lot of bees. They're busy collecting the honey that's dripping out that cone that got damaged. And I can assure you it's so much easier to take this frame out. I did make a mistake. I did want to take one of them side frames out, and I forgot. So I'm pulling this frame out now. I want to see what they've done, because this was just a brand new virgin frame that went in this end here. Just pulling it out gently, because it had a lot of cone underneath the frame when I first took it out, about 2 weeks into having the Hive here. The trouble with brand new cone that they've made, it's very delicate and you can easily break it or knock it off. That's why I've done this very gently. And as you can see here, that is just absolutely chock-a-block with honey. Look at that. That is pure goodness there. Pure goodness, made from your flowers. And can you see all the new cone underneath the original frame? Now when that's brand new and just made, it's so delicate. That's why I'm not a big believer in just keep going in and out the frame, in and out the boxes every 5 minutes. But look at that lot. All capped honey, that is. Beautiful. Yeah, the problem you've got to watch with a lot of these YouTube videos is they're going in and out these beehives continuously because they've got to keep making videos for their channel. I don't think you need to keep going in and out these beehives every couple of weeks or every 2 or 3 weeks, because all you're doing is damaging work that they've already done. Bear in mind, these things live in the wild where nobody ever disturbs them. So I've just checked out. I forgot to check the side frame, but not to worry. Here I am putting the queen excluder back down. Like I say, never ever seen the queen, but obviously she's in there doing her job. Obviously, this is like I dread to think out. Well, I say dread to think. Started off with probably 10,000 bees. Is probably going on towards 50 or 70,000 bees. And I'm just guessing. But yeah, I don't think you need to keep going in and out these beehives. Yeah, you need to check for varroa mite, but you can do that on the display windows. And yeah, you can put some varroa mite strips in there periodically. But also, a lot of people go in and out the hives to see if there's any swarm cells there. I mean, at the end of the day, if they're going to swarm, let them swarm. I've got a tree just right near the hive. Right near the shed, I should say, just outside. If they're going to swarm, hopefully they'll go on that, and I'll collect the swarm. But she's got shitloads of room for laying eggs down there. She's got plenty of room. So yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that.